Good news. I made it off my cowboy camping site, which was really lovely. That stargazing and a perfect evening. It was just spectacular. Silence, stars, loons, beautiful weather. But I am exhausted, and I didn't feel like paddling around the lake any more than I had to look for the portage. Really, truly exhausted. I have this lovely little campsite, and I'm boiling water and kind of cleaning my filter, hoping it will kind of limp through. I think I got a liter out of it. Water's pretty clean here. Wasn't too bad getting the canoe out. I didn't relish lifting the packs up here, but when I'm not super tired, this would be a breeze. Wow, nice tent site. I should have put my tent down here. But I didn't. I made it convenient up on top. Look at that spectacular cedar tree. Oh, I love those. Those turn a beautiful orange in fall. They're my favorite trees. Look up. Look at those pretty trees. Wow. Here, I actually passed this site yesterday, and I'm so sorry I didn't take it. I learned my lesson. I should have been aware of where my energy levels were and stopped rather than trying to go on to Kelso, which is really not very far. Can I film you?
Thank you. Sure. What do you want us to do? Just
get in and go if you want to go.
Sure.
Please leave.
Yeah, we're gonna get going.
Thank you. Thank you so much. At least I have food if I'm stuck here for a couple of days.
I'm going to let the video run while I chat for a moment. It's not often you get to see real angels. This morning when I arrived, about 30 yards from the campsite, I couldn't paddle any further. I sat in the canoe and tried to will myself to the landing. Something was bothering me in my right front rib cage. The morning before, while packing up, instead of putting my compression sack on the ground and using my body weight to force the air out of it, I put the sack against my chest and pressed into it with my arms. I heard a pop. Pop? What is this pop? I'm not supposed to pop. I felt a short, intense feeling of pain, which was followed by 600 milligrams of ibuprofen and my usual knack for ignoring life's little boo-boos. After all, I am a wild woman. Press the ignore button and it shall go away has always been a hugely successful working model my entire life. Physical pain is a stranger to me. Ironically, if I get a hangnail, I'm like the walking wounded. I'm a mystery, even unto myself. I had met Janet and her daughter Anya the previous day on the portage between Beth and Alton. When I saw them paddling by today, I hailed them over. Should one yogi from angels? As with all angels, you don't necessarily know you're talking to one until after they've gone. So I told them my story. They were headed back to Sawville via Kelso. They needed to be home that evening. They had extra food, enough to tide me over. So out comes these enormous trash bags you see in the canoe. They're the giant ones, you know what I mean? I had to laugh. Janet pulled out a zucchini that looked like it had grown in Alaska, like a 5-pounder. I didn't have the fuel to cook it, so she pulled out a sizable artisan sausage instead. I devoured more than half of it after they'd left. This bag was like a magician's hat. More food, including nutritious bars. I was set. What comes next is what makes my eyes leak. Anya, Janet's daughter, offered to pray for me. Now, I'm not a religious person. I believe that whatever is true for you is true. Everyone defines truth in their own way, and I deeply respect that. But compassion comes from the human heart, from the religious, the spiritual, the agnostic, and atheist alike. The human heart doesn't put a limit on compassion. Neither do I. I wish you could have heard Anya. I wish I had recorded it. But then again, they say angels' voices can't be recorded. It was like a blessing, really. I can't remember what she said. I remember how it made me feel. I felt loved and cared for. I felt compassion, what I believe to be the most healing force in the universe. Thank you, Anya, and thank you, Janet. You done good, Mother. We made a plan to tell Sawbill Outfitters that if I wasn't out in 2 days to have them send someone for me. The last thing I said to them was, "Don't send anyone. I'll get out on my own," I said. After all, I am a wild woman.
I didn't have a lot of video today. It was such a tough 24 hours and I'm just recuperating. I thought a nice fire would do its magic. I've been happy to have you along with me. I have a headache and I'm hungry. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning or so. And Cindy, bless her heart, answered the phone at Sawbell Outfitters. And, she, you know, it's Labor Day weekend. I couldn't feel worse than asking if they could send someone knowing that most of their help is left for school. And it's a Labor Day weekend coming up. And it couldn't be a worse time for me to call and say, can you send anybody to help me load my canoe and help me paddle back? And, for me to cry uncle, it has to be significant. At least it's a great day for a paddle. I mean, oh, poor guys. For some reason, I think I must have a dehydration headache. It feels a lot like a migraine, like splitting. Ah, someone stop smashing that. My head with an axe, please. Kind of. That kind of headache. Oh my gosh. How to laugh. How to laugh through anything. It's so simple. Think of something funny and look up. I just got a text message from Sawbell Outfitters. See, we're sending people out to help you come in right now. It's the only time this weekend that we can spare anyone. They'll be there in an hour. Oh, gosh. Bill. Well, wow. I wish I could think of any other way. I would have thought of it and done it. Oh. Anyways. Music to cheer me up. Yay! Guess what? It's called Upbeat. Somehow my music just started playing on my phone. Looks like there's two people. They're headed straight for me. This must be them. Oh, bless their heart. Ah, rats, the crybaby is back. I said, I'm sorry to make you come out here on such a busy weekend.
Oh, no worries. No. Thanks for giving us the excuse on such a beautiful day.
Yeah, you needed more things to do, right? Do I have your permission to film you?
Sorry?
Do I have your permission to film you?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Bless your hearts. Those two happen to the back. And I wasn't afraid. I didn't.
Whoa, right to your right.
Hello, aren't you beautiful? I haven't had a chance to get a picture of you.